models, so I've written some stuff up. We'll go through that first and then we'll go through the weekly outlooks.
Righto.
Yeah, let's go through this first. I reckon we'll have some questions maybe. So, because I'm filling out the entry model section on the Discord right now, I've narrowed it down to essentially it's just 2 entry models, right? That's really all you need, 2 or 3, depending on how you feel. Let's take this market structure, right? Very, very simple, like super easy market structure to start with. And it should give you a good understanding of the entry models anyway. So, first one is very clear, just a continuation, right? We have our breaker structure, comes down to the demand on the 15 minute. So this will be on the 15 minute. Very clear demand buy, right? Comes down, bullish structure, stops below. Okay, everyone knows that, pretty standard. Obviously you want your other confluence as well. Make sure the higher time frame is bullish. And we're pretty low in the leg, right? Second one is something like this. So we had that on GJ the other day as well. And we'll go through that after we just follow through this example. So what we have is we have price come down, respect a demand. You can definitely try and take a buy. I wouldn't blame you if you do. And then fail this high and come back down, right? We might even see something like this. So might come down like that, come down like that, still respecting this demand. Come up, come down, break through this low because it's weak. We didn't put in a new high. So the reason it's weak, you guys know why this is a weak low, right? Why is it a weak low?
Yeah. Because we didn't create a new high. Put a new high, bruv.
Yeah, that's it. So didn't create a new high, came down, take this out. So some stop losses will be here. We take some liquidity, enter the demand zone. And from here, you can either take, again, one of 2 models here. Either on the 15 minute, you can try take a buy, right? Or we can scale back down into the 3 minute or the 1 minute. We can look for our chalk flip entry or retracement, fib, whatever you're going to call it, right? Given it's a continuation, we're focusing on continuations for this kind of year. You want to see price come down, create that internal chalk, so the IC here, draw the fib, and then enter around this area. So now, why do we enter in here as opposed to in here? The major reason that I can kind of justify is this area, in terms of bullish bias, this area here will have the most amount of buyers, right? There'll be a lot of buying power in this area. So when you have, as compared to something like in the middle, so when you have price come in, very rarely do you get price retrace all the way back down, respect this 3 minute or 1 minute demand and then keep going. Why? Because we have so many buyers. So we draw the fib, get that equilibrium price, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. Come into the golden zone, stops below, and then target either here if you're feeling like price is looking a bit sketch, or up here. Does that make sense so far for you guys? Any questions? Hey Ryan.
Yep.
Sweet. Cool. Alright. Let me get my phone. I'll have the Discord open. Okay. Second entry model. Okay. Say we either entered this or we missed this, right? Last thing you want to do is FOMO in on a trade like this after the breaker structure. FOMO in, put your stops below here, get a nice 1-to-1, right? Don't want that. It's the last thing you'd want. So what I'd recommend is wait for some type of structure, okay? Wait for some type of structure somewhere in the middle, and that's just, again, the basic continuation. So scale down on this 15-minute time frame to the 3 minute, preferably 1 minute's a little bit harder to read. So scale down into the 3 minute, draw your fib or this 3 minute demand, either one. Just see how price reacts. So if we find a good example, this is the 1 minute. So let's go. So let's go something like this, right? It's a pretty shit ass example. Okay, let's say something like this, right? On the high, here we go. So on the higher time frame, right? Yeah, we might have missed this move. Again, you can see if you zoom down to the 1 minute, we have the breaker structure, fib entry, right? You can have something like this, right? Now say that you missed it. Last thing you want to do is FOMO in around here, stops below or stops here, you get taken out. Bad day, right? What do you wait for? You can wait for scaling down to the 3 minute, identify this breaker structure, right? We have that breaker structure here. Either wait for this, right? Or get on the fib, 0.61, and then draw it under the last demand, right? Reducing, ideally you want your risk reward to be more than 2. Like that's just a rule I take. Even if you miss it and you are very confident that we're going to keep going up from here, you can draw a fib up and just take it. Granted, your risk is much higher here compared to here, right? Does that make sense so far? No questions about it?
Yeah.
Oh, all good. Yeah.
Sick. Okay. Everything's making sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. So again, just remember, higher the leg, the less probability that the trade's going to keep going. Just because you run out of steam, you run out of buyers, as compared to here, right? So they're all very simple concepts. Second one. Okay. This one is a little bit higher risk. And I'll tell you why. The only reason I take these trades is if I've built up good capital, a good buffer that day by taking these trades, right? If I have a good buffer, I can risk 0.51%, I'll take these. So what is this trade? This trade is it's basically a counter trend trade, right? But on the lower time frame. So say for example, we have clear 15-minute break. Remember, this is 15-minute time frame. We have a clear 15-minute break. And we have a clear 15-minute break. And then we're like, okay, cool. What do we expect after this 15-minute break? A retracement, right? We have our returner structure where we wait for a break of structure and then we'll catch the move up. So this is the same thing but inverse. So you have the 15-minute break. Now what do? You scale down to the 3 minute, right? In the 3 minute, you can either wait for a buy here, which is very, very, very low probability, right? And, possibly get stopped out, or you can wait to see if price breaks down, right? Wait to see if price breaks down. A good example of that here is this trade here, right? So let me get rid of this box. So we have, say this is our 15-minute structure. Again, price is fractal. So 15-minute break of structure here. And then on the 3 minute, what do you see? You see this demand zone here break, right? You see this demand zone break. What do we expect now? We expect sells, right? And if you scale down to the 1 minute as well, you can see we respected this supply zone, right? So this would be a little bit harder trade to justify, I guess, just because didn't come into our golden zone, right? You could argue that you took it off this supply zone. Again, a little bit risky. You'd do it if you had a little bit more of a buffer, right? But you can see it's the same concept over and over again, right? This flip entry here is the same as this one here, right? But the only thing that makes this a little bit higher risk is because we're counter trend, right? Pro trend, this works really well. And we've seen it happen over and over again, right? That's that entry there. And then these examples here on GJ. This is what happened on Saturday. So again, you can see it happen here on the 3 minute, right? We came down, respected this low, 3 minute IC, fib, entry, and then you target the top, right? Is that making sense to everyone? That there's no issues with that? Any questions that you want to ask? Because that's the theory I wanted to go over in terms of the entry models. What do we think?
I don't really have any questions.
No? Cool. Zach? Ryan?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Sweet. Okay. This session will be recorded anyway, so you guys can go back and have a look. And I'll put it in the entry model section as well. Okay. What are we thinking for outlooks? Let's have a look. I saw Jet put something in the chat. Interesting. Okay, let's have a look. What's beeping? Is there a chat? Is someone talking in the live session chat or what?
Yeah, Ryan's typing in there. He says he can't figure out how to get back to the normal one.
Oh wait, let me tag. Oh, here we go. There you go. Let's have a look, why don't we? Okay. GJ, I reckon buys look pretty good for GJ. I mean, bullish for GJ. We are in this demand. I feel like the power speech will be... It's hard to say what it'll be. Pardon?
This is Dixie. I don't know if you thought this was GJ.
No. For DXY, yeah. I'm just thinking outlook-wise.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. For the Powell speech, I mean, I don't know what to expect, what's going to come of it. We could have a really sharp move up or down. Hard to say. But in terms of without the Powell speech, I'd be pretty confident in DXY going up. So in terms of the USD pairs, we could see a move down, but at the same time, we could see this thing fly, given some good news for the US economy or whatever he says. So I'd hold my breath until 5:30 in the morning. Not like you guys are trading anyway. So if we go up, so what can we expect if we move up? Jet, you're right. We do have this supply zone here, but I don't think it's that major, right? Because, well, just like we talked about in our knowledge session here, we had this high, right? Failed to put in a new low, right? Yeah, the high is weak. We failed to put in a new low. This one failed to put in a new low. I'd say this is where we're targeting for the week, right? Or even this month probably. So this is our targeted high. Yeah, perfect. The high is weak. And in terms of this structure, right? My only concern is, yeah, we've kind of created that breaker structure on the 4 hour. We could see it going up again respective to the speech that comes out at 5:30, right? Apparently he's got COVID and he's live streaming it or something. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll keep an eye out, play by ear for Euro USD and AUD USD. But overall, I'm liking buys by the looks of this setup. And for GJ, let's have a look. GJ, I was drawing this up. So breaker structure. And we have our protected low here, right? Now, what do we expect? It's a good question, depending on what he says. Sometimes it's just temporary. There's a lot of volatility that comes in. But you can never really tell what changes things permanently. There'll be some type of change, but nothing that's relevant to us. We can trade whatever direction it decides to move in. Yeah, only thing is we're pretty low in the leg here, okay? We saw this consolidation, not really affirming of buys. That's what I was just saying. We have this consolidation, which I don't know if you guys have heard of this model. I don't remember the name, but we have our, I don't even know what it's called. We have the push up, consolidation, and push down, right? AMD, what does that stand for, bro?
Emulation, manipulation, distribution.
Yeah, something like that. There's also another model somewhere out there.
CT.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Power of 3, yeah, something like that. But so it just worries me that we're in this consolidation pattern here, and we've kind of edged closer. Really, 15-minute. Yeah, I kind of would be hesitant to trade it unless maybe we did something like this. I'd like to take shorts. But I don't think we'll have any buy opportunity here. We might if this candle is a bluff, but at this stage it looks pretty strong, right? You're on the 1 minute highest fucking the leg, yeah. Yeah, like we're super high up. In terms of the 15-minute, the demand zone that I want it to break is this. Why? Because we put this high in. So my expectation is something along the lines of that, right? We can try catch some continuation up, like that entry model we talked about, or we can try catch a continuation down, right? Yeah, I would be surprised if we get buys, but I wouldn't rule it out. Next, gold. Okay, I know we're trading gold. Again, this is very susceptible to the speech. If we have any wavering of confidence in the US economy, you can definitely bet that gold will start to fly. No doubt about that. But again, I'm no genie.
It's going all-time highs next week, 100%.
It's been hitting all-time highs for the last, actually, 2024.
It's about to retest all-time highs from
Yeah.
like a month ago or whatever it was.
Yeah, from April, yeah.
Yeah, April. Yeah.
So, again, with this speech,
Dangerous.
it's a little bit of like a wrench in the works. You don't really know what's going to happen. But yeah, all these USD pairs I reckon is play by ear. Did you guys have a pair that you want to have a look at now?
Or what other pairs would you be looking at?
Nothing, bro. This is all I look at. But if there's a pair you guys want to look at or you want to look at, I'd be more than happy to have a look.
Maybe GU, I guess.
GBP USD, yeah. I'd say it's the same story because it's a USD pair, but we can have a look. Again, we're pretty. Same thing with Euro USD. They all look pretty overextended, but it's hard to say with the speech coming up. And plus,
Yeah, fair enough.
like we took out these demand zones. We're coming back into probably a nice sell zone as well. My main thinking is chances are we won't respect this supply zone. I would probably bet money that would keep continuing up actually, just because of the strength that came into the market. And with the speech, I'd place my bets on price going up, possibly targeting up this high as well, or even worst case at the minimum that 2807 kind of mark. But yeah, it's just a little bit hard with this Fed Powell speech. So this is red on TradingView, so I just use this. But yeah, and let's see what other pairs we kind of have. Nothing really we have looked at. I was looking at AZ or AN. This thing moves pretty nice. Like it's very up and down. What's this? RBA meeting 21st to Tuesday. Yeah. I reckon play it by ear on Monday. We'll have a look, and yeah, we'll see what the speech does for us. I'd be pretty confident saying, by the looks of things, these pairs are going to keep going up. What are you guys' thoughts? Comments, questions? Sounds good. Yeah, wait and see. But yeah, so I reckon that'll be it for this session then. I hope you guys got something out of that, especially the start, which is super important, just to reinforce those entry models. Make sure we're not taking anything stupid or high risk. What are you laughing at, Zach?
Because you're funny.
Jet, you know I'm talking about you.
That's why I was laughing.
Nah, bro, that's crazy.
Nah, you've been taking some good trades actually as a reset. I know Zach's back testing sessions have been doing well. But yeah,
Yeah.
let me